Hello, hello, hello. How's your day going, guys? We are back again for another chapter of One Piece, man. I'm getting really excited. We're getting a lot of build up for the final fights of the arc. I'm really excited to see what's going on. We look like we might be getting Sanji fighting Kizaru, which I'm really excited for. We're getting Jinbei pulling up on Lucci and Zoro's fight. And there's a few other things. There's something that confuses the hell out of me, though, in this chapter, which is why the hell is Robin needing to rest? She didn't use Demonio in this arc yet, did she? I don't remember that, but that's my biggest question in this chapter. Forget about the who's coming to Egghead thing. I think it has to be pretty obvious, doesn't it? People are going like, oh, Boa, or like it's Boa, or it's like what Smoker, or it's like Blackbeard. But they said they were coming from this island, right? They said, oh, I got rid of the thing that. Oh wait, no, actually that's not right. Let me reread that part real quick. Saturn was like, I got rid of the bow that was coming from this island, right? That's what he says. A ship that left yesterday, you should know I ordered it to be hunt down. Yeah, no, that's the same panel as at the end of it. So it is that. I wasn't wrong. So it is that where the ship. It's the same ship, yeah. So it kind of has to be a Marine or someone we know is close to Vegapunk. So I think it has to be Smoker, man. Realistically, lads, it can't be Boa because Boa's with Rayleigh on another island, so she can come to Egghead, but she's not that character. That's definitely not happening. Can't be Dragon because we saw he had a conversation with Dragon, and he was off the island, yeah, but he's in Kamabaka, right? So it can't be Dragon. It has to be Smoker, in my opinion. I don't know who else people are saying, but I just think it has to be because he wasn't with Tashigi. So we must admit, and we do know they were heading for Vegapunk after Punk Hazard. So maybe he stayed with Vegapunk, got healed up, got some technology enhancements. You know what I mean? Maybe he got himself a brand new spanky Devil Fruit. What if he's the? What if he's like the only actual human to like replace his Devil Fruit? You know what I mean? He can't have two, but he replaces his smoke fruit with a better fruit. Maybe. That might be interesting to see. There's different things I want to see from Smoker. I just want to see him do shit again. Right? It's been fucking forever since Smoker came along. And done anything, bro. He was the main Marine. Luffy was being chased by 4 decades, man. And he's getting shafted so hard. His strongest opponent was Virgo, and Law to take him out. Bro, we need to get Smoker pulling up and showing off his end of series Admiral potential, because if we assume the Admirals are going to be like Kobe, Helmeppo, and Smoker, and then like Fujitora is going to be like the Fleet Admiral. I always thought Kobe was going to be the Fleet Admiral, but then then Fujitora makes a lot more sense because Kobe's going to be like 22 or 23 by the like epilogue of the series, probably at most, right? And you're not going to have that young of an Admiral. Plus Fleet Admiral, plus he only says Admiral in his dreams, so I suppose, you know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. I think it has to be Smoker, do you know? Especially with the idea that the other Marines might come to Egghead after losing Garp to try and get some backup to go back to Hachinosu. Obviously, they're not going to go back to Hachinosu, but they might, in their grief, be like, oh, we need to do that, we need to do this, whatever. But bro, aside from Smoker, speaking of the Marines, man, I know I say this every chapter, but Kizaru, man, he is the guy. He's just like, go. And it's cold. He's just cold, right? He's got Saturn, which is making him look so much better as well. Because Saturn is just pure evil. He's like, ha ha ha! I destroyed that ship, Vegapunk. You want to talk about the insects, do you now? Humanity's folly. It is so funny that you are going to be taken down by your own clones, Kuma. I can't wait to see that happen. It's music to my ears. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's pure evil, and I just fucking love that about him. And, man. But he makes Kizaru look so much better, because Kizaru's like Batman. He's like, alright, it's time to get shit done. And he's just doing his shit. I love that about Kizaru. He's just like, alright, I gotta get a paycheck, lads. Let's get going. He's like Batman, but he was like motivated by money. Do you know what I mean? He's just like, alright, time to get shit done. Alright, go. Get out of here. I don't want no one getting hurt outside of this. I'm getting my job done. I love that about him. He is definitely going to do like a betrayal at some stage. Saturn's going to do something that goes over the edge. He might even go for Bonnie. I'd say that's going to be it. Because for as much as Kizaru is a terrible person, he's doing these terrible things. I think the big thing, we even set it up in a previous chapter where he avoided attacking Bonnie. I don't think he'll take child abuse. I think the second Saturn goes for Bonnie again, when it's unnecessary or she doesn't get in the way, I think he's gonna stop it. I think he's gonna realize his way, or maybe Smoker's the one to do that. You know what I mean? Maybe Smoker's when he shows up and is defiant, or if Kobe shows up, or if any other Marine like Momonga. We know Momonga is supposed to be dead, so if he shows up again, imagine he was an Egghead, and they found, maybe they attacked him, maybe they do know, maybe Momonga, there was a whole theory when Momonga died, quote unquote, that he was basically there because he wanted the village to get the money, so he faked his death in a way, right? To get the money from Cross Guild. And to be honest with you, he hasn't been that big of an admiral, but he is known. We do know who he is. We hear about him from time to time. So, and also he's a bit older, so he could have a relationship with Kizaru that would make sense. I could definitely see something like that happening or playing out in the coming weeks. But this chapter alone was just brilliant, to be honest. Just seeing that. I saw the theories of like Kizaru's doll's dad. And that would be cool. I just want him to have some Conqueror's hockey, bro. That panel gave me Conqueror's hockey vibes, bro. Go. I don't know. Because every time Oda specifically draws Kizaru, he just looks so fucking stoic and so cool. Even though he's supposed to be slow, right? Because his brain runs so fast, or his body runs so fast, his brain can't keep up. But he's still so cold, man. I love it. I love it, man. He's honestly my favorite admiral right now. 100%. Like I loved Aokiji for years, bro. But Kizaru's honestly my favorite right now. I love the guy so much. I need to get his suit, man. I need to get his suit. I'll do a Comic-Con or some shit as Borsellino, or get the shades, bro. Do you know what? Fuck it. Before the end of Egghead, but by the end of February, I will have those shades, and I'll wear them in a video, bro. That I'm doing that shit right now. Oh, well, not right now, obviously, but you know what I mean. That's so good. And also, I don't know how Kuma's getting out of this situation, right? I really don't. Like, who's going to pop up and save him right now? I'm trying to think. Like, you could have Caribou, obviously. I don't think Luffy is, because Luffy's very clearly, like, very clearly out of commission, and he's pretty much got I'm assuming why they showed the panel of him, getting captured was because they'll put Sea Stone Coast on him and he won't be able to do anything for a while, and we'll get like really terrible shit happening for the next few chapters. It might even be a little bit slow, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know those parts of the arc where you feel like Luffy's about to get into fifth gear, or get into gear, and like he just doesn't, like Skypiea where he was stuck in the snake, or Dressrosa when he was waiting for the time down. It's probably a slow part of the arc, but I think Oda will do it very well. I think it's going to be pure chaos with some really cool moments, and I can't wait to see it. I don't know who's going to save Kuma, but it has to be done. Maybe Sanji. But at the same, actually, it very well could be Sanji, actually. Because if we think about it, he was going back to Vegapunk. But he's super fast. We've seen him blitz the island. Sanji could come back and then attack Kizaru, and that's how we get the fight started. And honestly, I'd love to see that fight. I really would, man. Sanji in Wano was fantastic. For as much as I hated what they did with him in Act 2, man, that ending to his story was brilliant, and I loved it so much. And I just need to see him do his pre-time skip Wano stuff again, man. I love Sanji. I really do. For as much as his gags annoys me, and I'm just like, he's like such a good character, I don't want this. But bro, you know what? I'm done with the slander of Sanji's gag, because I don't care no more, bro. I just love when Sanji gets it into gear and you start hearing that jazz music, bro. It gets me going, man. It really does. I love that shit. Sanji's my guy, bro. I need to see him have a really cool fight. Unfortunately, and back to the Robin thing, I don't think we're getting a Robin fight. And I'd love to see a Robin fight every arc, bro. She is so underutilized, man. I've been saying this so long. She is so underutilized. I need it so bad for her to actually get a decent fight. I don't know. I don't think any of the Straw Hats we saw with Nami are actually going to do anything that important in this arc. I feel like it's going to be very, like, Monster Trio focused and, like, Jinbei. Alright, maybe the Monster Trio should not include Luffy anymore. Because he's just the captain now, bro. He's just the Emperor, and then the rest of them are, like, the Monster Trio. So even though I know everyone else is going to. Jinbei's part of the Monster Trio now. Luffy's on another level now. He's an Emperor, bro. I don't know though. Luffy's stamina is really becoming an issue. We want to speak about that real quick. Because I understand he did this with Gear 4, but it didn't seem as severe with Gear 4. And I feel like Luffy's not going to come over this Gear 5 thing for a very long time. We might not see him get over this restriction until Emu, to be honest. Assuming Emu doesn't become after Blackbeard. So, you know how I feel about, Emu. I think Blackbeard's going to take out Emu at some stage. Or, I think it's going to be foreshadowed here. I think he might take out Saturn. I genuinely think he might take out Saturn. I've talked about this a few times. But I mainly think it's just going to highlight him taking out Emu and becoming the final villain. Because I think the whole point was he's going to bring the world to chaos, right? He was like, say, haha, this is my era. And he fucking tilts the world, right? And what would be the most literal way, without actually tilting the world, of turning the world on its head, basically? Killing the force that was technically keeping the order, killing Emu, right? So I think that's bound to happen, right? So I think it would be interesting for if it doesn't happen and we get the Blackbeard fight where Luffy has to learn to fight without his gears because he can't fight in the Gear 5 form because of Blackbeard's ability, and he learns to build up his base form to a degree that's stronger. Then later on in the Emu fight, because of that against Blackbeard, he becomes a stronger Gear 5th user and is able to sustain it for longer. I don't know how they're going to write in the illness, though. I do think it's going to be linked to Gear 5 since it's very focused on his heart and his beating of his heart, right? It's been very focused on that in recent weeks. So I do think it's going to cause the heart disease. And when we do see that disease go on, we are going to get a lot of Roger comparisons. I wonder how Roger's got, like, what Roger's disease was, because I doubt it's going to be the same as Luffy's, but it kind of has to be. But we don't want Roger to have had the gum fruit, right? I just don't think that's something I want to have. Roger wasn't Joy Boy at the end of the day, so I don't think we need that comparison. He was the guy to pave the way for Joy Boy, right? We don't need him to have that comparison. I also feel like, right, I've talked about this many a time, but since we're talking about Joy Boy right now, I do very much feel like Luffy's gonna, go against fate. The whole idea is Dragon or Shanks is gonna know a lot more about Joy Boy than Luffy does. They're gonna try telling the story. He's gonna pull a Miles Morales and be like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Right? You know what I mean? And he's just gonna do whatever he wants. And it might end up like fate, it might end up completely different. But he is going to do what he wants. Because the whole thing is, he's not a hero, right? That was he talks about this constantly. And I think the way Joy Boy is built up as this big mythical hero, think about it in Wano, or think about Zunisha, or potentially Shanks and Joy Boy, or in Roger, right? I think that's what Oda's setting up, right? He's talking so much about fate, he's getting people worried about Luffy's character, how it's going to turn out. I trust that Oda's going to flip it on its head. Like, Luffy's going to go against what fate tells Joy Boy to do. And in a way, he's going to... the prophecy is not going to happen. It's going to be done a completely different way. And I think Oda's going to have a lot of fun with that. And I think Egghead's the first sign we're going to see that. I think Blackbeard killing a Celestial Dragon will start crazy waves in the community. But also not that. I'm a big believer in the idea that the start of the final war is happening at Egghead. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be like not a reverse Marineford, but kind of like a mix. So, like, this is like the prelude to the final war, and then the Straw Hats are going to escape Egghead, and the final war begins maybe as they're escaping, and Egghead is the front lines for a while while the Buster Call is going on. Because I feel like getting all the Marines back out for a final war might not happen, but bringing more of them, since we're having a Buster Call already, would make sense. And Dragon's going to show up, and potentially the Cross Guild at some stage. You know, Boa Hancock, all these big players, the Grand Fleet. You know, Luffy being captured and pretty done in. His Viver card's bound to do something. I don't think the Grand Fleet are the people in the ship. Because again, they wouldn't have come from Egghead. They would have come from Marijoa or Elbath if you were Origin or something like that. So I just think it's going to be a thing where the Grand Fleet will probably show up and save the day, and then they're going to head to Elbath. That would actually make more sense, because I know when Wano ended, I was always going on about the idea of, you know, Shanks will take them to Elbath here, or they'll go to Marijoa and go to Elbath later. But obviously that didn't end up happening. But now the idea of the Grand Fleet showing up and Luffy being kind of beat or just kind of drained, and Horizon is like, all right, look, we'll go to Elbath, we'll let you eat up, we'll let you heal up. You know what I mean? That sort of way. And we know Elbath is being hinted at, so it's definitely going to happen. And you know, I've been praying about it for so long. I've been praying to Oda for so long, you know what I mean? So I'm very excited. I really am. This chapter, I've been talking a lot of stuff outside of the chapter, but I just think going on tangents about different things, because that's the thing Oda loves to do. He leaves little breadcrumbs, and then we just got to talk about it. Different things, like, especially because I don't make a lot. Nowadays I only make One Piece video every chapter, so I don't like to just talk about the chapter. I like to kind of spread out, just talk about different things, because at the end of the day, right, like, the chapter's just kind of a launching off point to talk about whatever the hell I want. Like, you know what I mean? Speaking of launching off though, boys, Doflamingo, bro. I've been rereading Dressrosa. I know I said this earlier, but man, he's so good, man. Him being in Cross Guild, taking over Cross Guild. Like, what if we have this, right? We've been talking about this fight for Cross Guild, yeah. I'm just literally going off on something completely different from the chapter right now, but just go with me, because I've been rereading Dressrosa for a while. Right, so if we have this meeting of, like, the Cross Guild, and we have Buggy fighting Luffy, and it's all like, oh, this is a big thing, you know, this is big, and the world thinks it's big. But then Buggy finally gets his, like, I don't know, his luck finally runs out when Doflamingo just shows up, and he takes over the Cross Guild. Imagine how fire that would be, bro. That would be so good. I don't know, bro. I need Doflamingo to, like, get on his shit and do some fucking crazy stuff, man. I need that. I need it, bro. I also want a Suru backstory, okay? I've talked about Suru a little bit. I remember doing a video with my boy Cahill a while back, and he was talking about Suru and shit. But, like, we need Suru back in the story, man. I want, like, Sengoku and Garp and Suru to be very, you know, very powerful Marines, which we know the other two are, but we don't know much about Suru, right? She needs to have a mad cool backstory, bro. I want the Marines to be more fleshed out in this final war. You know, I want some really good Marine characters that I can really enjoy. Like, I enjoy Aokiji, I enjoy Fujitora, I enjoy, you know, Kizaru, and I hate Akainu, which is exactly what they want. But I don't love the other characters. Like, I love Garp, obviously, but I don't love Smoker. I like to see him because of his relevance, but I don't care for him too much. Same with Kobe, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't really care for Kobe. Can I just be real? Is this like a hot take? I just don't give a shit about him. He doesn't do shit. He did shit this arc. I'll give him credit for that. But we're not going to see him do much. He's just there to show his growth and to show how powerful he is compared to everyone else at his age. But he's not going to be competing with Luffy in the fight. You know, he's not that Marine that Luffy's going to be facing off against. It's going to be a Kainu, right? There's not going to be a conflict. He's not going to do anything big. He might like confront Emu, but he's not going to do any significant damage, man. He's going to be saved again. He might even be the reason Shanks dies, man. Imagine Shanks tries to do what he did at Marineford, and he dies because of Kobe. You know, Kobe is going to be done in at that stage. There's nothing he can do, right? There's absolutely nothing he's going to be able to do after that. The community will hate him, okay? I don't know, man. I have to make, like, a character tier list for One Piece one day. I really do. I need to sit down and, like, just get one with all the characters, or at least all the major ones. Or get one made for me, bro. I'll get someone to make it. I'll pay him, like, a tenner. Be like, yo, make it for me, bro. I'll be like, yo, man, get on this, bro. Buy you steak dinner. Nah. Oh shit, man. Honestly, I don't know. Kobe F tier. Let's start that agenda. Kobe F tier, boys. That's how I'm gonna end the video. But let me know what you guys thought about this chapter and anything One Piece in general, because that's really what these are. These are just general One Piece discussions. In general, talking about different things. We're gonna come back later this week. I'm hoping to get it out a bit earlier than this one. I know I talk about this all the time, but busy stuff like that. I have college going on, and things like that. I'm just trying to keep the physio going. And I'm so tired. I'm actually so tired. Just a bit of personal stuff. I know nobody really cares about this, but I just want to talk about it for no reason, bro. I'm like getting used to, I'm using a walking stick now, getting used to it. Hopefully you'll see it in the Comic-Con photos if I decide to do cosplay. I'm thinking of doing Hinata Shoya or something. If I get the Kizaru set up, I might do Kizaru. But I think Hinata will be just easy to do because I can just put on a pair of shorts and like a t-shirt and just rock it. And if I want a hoodie, I can just pop up get the Karasuno hoodie. I'm just thinking of comfort, to be honest with you. And I don't have to do anything with my hair. I just have to ruin it, make it real spiky. Fucking, there we go. There we go. That's the Hinata Shoya look. Yeah, I'm loving it. Loving it, boys. But yeah. Getting used to the stick now, and I'm kind of just working through it. I don't know though, man. It's tough, bro. My energy is at an all-time low. I can't lie. I need to really work on that. I need to look into the neuroscience of it. Like, can you actually build up your energy reserves? I'm sure you can, because people have gone from because I don't know how long it takes. It's been 2 months now. I need my energy to come back, bro. I went out the other night, bro. And when I'm walking, I'm focused, laser fucking focused. And you're sitting there I want to say something, but I'm just drained, man. I need to focus, man. I'm just yep. Such a boring bastard, as you can tell. I mean, yeah, boring bastard. 22 minutes of a boring bastard. Hey, that's what it's all about, right? Anyway, enough of me. Let me know what you guys thought about this chapter. Hey, let me know how your day went, I guess, since I'm talking a lot of bullshit about my day. Let me know how yours went. And with that being said, see you all next time. Goodbye.